December the 26th, 2019. I'm Keith War, and welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. And today I'm being joined by, what is your name, ma'am?
Delaney.
Delaney.
Garrison.
Garrison. And your name, sir?
Cody Jewel.
Cody Jewel. And how old are you, Delaney?
I'm 19.
19. And how old are you?
29.
29. Okay. And where are you guys from? Like, let's start with you. Where are you from?
I'm from Montana, a small little podunk town called Plains, Montana.
Okay. Oh, okay. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Heard Plains, Montana. I can't think what specifically. Is there something historical there or something maybe? Is that why I know of it?
Not really, but I mean, the only thing that really people know about that town is when the fair comes to town. It's a really big fair. There's been people from Paris come there, people from all over the world come to Plains just for the fair.
Okay. And how about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Corning, New York, where corn and glass is made.
Oh, okay. All right. And what brought you here to Titusville, of all places?
Well, we were homeless in the Miami area and just didn't figure out a way to get out of there, so we just started walking up here.
So what was the cause of your homelessness? Like, what was your life like before you were homeless? Were you working a job? Were you living with family?
We were with the carnival food vendors, and they weren't paying us. We'd work 20 plus days, and they'd only give us like $400 to work from 8:30 in the morning till 2 o'clock at night.
So you guys were carnies?
Yeah.
Like doing what? Like the games, like the dart game? Or
At first
like...
I was a ride jock, she was a joining, which is a game person, but when we got stuck
I worked
in
the
Miami,
balloons.
we were food vendors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, is it true, like with the balloons, like they dull the darts and like try to blow the balloons up, as little as they can so that the darts bounce off?
Probably with some people, but when I was in my balloon store, I was all about the people making sure they won, especially the kids.
So you were being fair.
I'd blow the balloons up as big as I could. Sometimes they'd pop in my face,
Okay.
And if it was kids, I'd throw them a few extra darts if they couldn't hit any.
Right, because you always hear these stories about carnies, right?
Yeah.
About, So do you have any good carny stories? Is there anything like you saw on the road with these people that was like outrageous, like something like you just could never believe?
Well, there was the time in Billings when a couple of the ride jocks were putting the ride back down, taking it apart, and they didn't know that they had to swing it a certain way before they lowered this giant swing, and it flipped basically, and it was on its side, and they had to bring a crane in just to pick it up again so they could drop it back down.
Wow. And how long were you with them?
This would be about a year.
A year.
She's
and how about
longer.
you?
I've been with the carnival since before I turned 18.
Okay. And what got you into the carnival?
My mom.
Your mom is a carny.
Yes.
Your mom's not like the bearded lady or anything.
No, she's not. Actually, it all started.
She's a sword swallower, actually. No.
Right? No, it actually started in my hometown, Plains. The carnival that came to my hometown, for a few years, my mom saw this one guy. He worked in the coin, the one with the coins and the machines and stuff.
Okay.
He worked in there, and she's like, he's gonna be mine one day.
So she had a crush on this
yes,
dude.
for like 3 years, and then
so
finally.
Be honest, was he a handsome dude or not really?
He's about in between,
So you didn't say to your mom, I don't see what you see in this dude. You
no.
were like,
I'm like, go mom,
Yeah, right. Did he have all his teeth?
Actually, I think he did.
No way.
Yeah.
A carny with all their teeth.
Yeah, and he had a cute little service dog. Her name's Shorty. Oh, she's so adorable. But I think it was the dog that attracted my mom to him.
So did mom get her man in the end?
She did.
She did.
For a little while.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So it didn't work out happily ever after?
No. For a little bit.
Okay.
But that's how she got on, because she started dating him, and then he got her on with the carnival that he worked for. And then they ended up in Vegas. She ended up...
And you were still under 18?
Yes.
So you were with mom, like, did you graduate high school, or like, how did that work?
Well, actually, I was a runaway there for a little bit before I turned 18 because some stuff happened. CPS got involved, blah, blah, blah. Ended up in a psychiatric hospital, got out, almost ended up back in, so I just left, there for a little while. That's when I ended up getting on with the carnival and stuff. But at first I got on with some food vendors. I ran my own lemonade stand, and my mom worked inside with the sugar shack is what they call it. They got cotton candy, caramel apples, that type of stuff. But then after that, we ended up working with this other carnival working with the food vendors, and then the food vendors we worked for didn't need us because they were bringing their old crew back. And then we got a job with the actual carnival because we had made some friends with. We were with them for a few spots, and they got us a job. That's when I ended up in games. And then my boss on games was a little creepy, sexually harassing me and stuff. And then we went to everybody we could. They got me out of games, put me in Kittyland. I worked the Bounce House and then the Wiggle Worm. And then
What is the Wiggle Worm?
the Wiggle Worm. It's a little kid ride, it's got like a caterpillar with 2 birds behind it, and it goes on like a bumpy track
like
in
a little
circle.
track, and it's okay, yeah. Okay, I got that.
Yeah.
And then so you saw her working, and kind of like the story with her mom. You had to, like you had to have your or did you guys like kind of work for the same carnival? Or?
We did actually.
Up in Washington.
We met
So
in
you
Washington.
didn't like join her carnival?
Well, he was a volunteer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they wouldn't
Yeah.
hire me because I was a volunteer, so we left that carnival to join another carnival
Yeah.
in Montana.
Are these like carnivals like with clowns and stuff, or just
No,
kind of like
just
just
games,
money makers
rides,
for the
and
games? Like, do they
yes.
go to like churches and stuff like that and make
They
the
do
churches
state
money?
fairs, they do churches,
They
wherever
play
they
in
can.
mall parking lots.
Yep, book a spot.
They have animals with them?
No,
No,
No, okay.
no.
just games, foods, and rides.
Yeah.
And how did you guys usually get paid? Like in cash money, a
Yep.
check?
Yep. Always cash.
Always cash, once a week.
So they were doing that basically, like, to hide things. And then, what would you do if somebody got hurt? Because I'm sure people got hurt. And then they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. No workers' comp here.
Actually, the last carnival we worked for down there in like Miami area, while we were open, some little kid flew off the ride.
Wow.
One of the rides. I'm not sure which ride.
It was the bongo one, the jumpy one.
Oh, the jumpy one.
That must have made the local news.
I don't know, but there was cops, there's fire trucks, there's ambulances, there's angry parents.
But I mean, like, if one of the workers gets hurt because they're paying you in cash, you know what I mean? And like, how did you live? Did they put you up in like a camper
It's
or
basically a
hotels?
They call it a bunkhouse. It's like a big camper, except it's sectioned off into like little rooms, and you got a shower on each side.
And
so
they
there's
pull it
4
on a trailer,
Yep.
or
Yep, they pull it on a truck, a semi, or sometimes if they're feeling a little frisky, they'll have like a food joint, and then they'll have the bunkhouse behind it, or.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. And about how much did they pay you? Like, was it an hourly rate? Did they give you a
No,
percentage of what they made?
salary,
It really
basically.
depends on the carnival you're with. Like the first carnival the food vendors I was with, we were getting paid hourly, and then once we hit 40 hours, we were getting paid overtime. Then the actual carnival, when I got on with games, at first it was salary and commission. I got paid $460 a week, no matter what, unless I brought in over $2,300. Then anything after that, I made percentage off of.
And were they fair with you, do you think? Were they pretty fair?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
Yeah. The second carnival I worked for was strictly commission. That's when I worked the balloon store. And when I was working for that one, I was actually making $800, $2,000 a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you do with them? Like, were you still living in a bunkhouse and
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah, but
So then,
to-
like, you didn't have really many expenses, right?
No,
no, we
they don't
didn't.
charge you that
But
at all.
really, the only food we could eat was carnival food,
Right.
and we all know that's
Like
outrageous.
cotton candy.
Yeah,
and,
cotton candy.
Carameled apples.
Yeah,
and-
that type of stuff. So that definitely took a portion of the money. And then, we bought ourselves a TV, we bought a fan, we bought a lamp. Everything we needed for our room we bought. And then.
Oh, did you guys get to live together in the
Yeah.
bunkhouse?
Yeah.
So was it privacy? So it was just the two of you in
Yeah.
the room?
Yep.
Actually, when we were working for that carnival, we were living in the back of a box truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's no windows, there was no airflow, there was no lights, so we had to put an extension cord into the actual Jenny box, and then that's why we bought a lamp, so we'd have light for our room. And
This
It's
is
like
like an adventurous life you guys are living.
yeah.
Oh, wow. So, like, where's your mom at now?
My mom right now, she's staying with a friend around Arizona.
Okay. And how about your dad?
My dad hasn't really ever been a part of my life. He's like, oh, I'll be there for you, and then I hit him up. I'm like, hey, Dad, sorry to bother you, but, I'm in a pickle, Any way you could help me, even if it's just with food or blah. He's like, nope, sorry about your luck. I got my own family.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. And how about you? Where are your parents at?
I don't know. I know my dad's in jail right now, and he won't be out for a long time. And my mom, I have no clue. I haven't talked to her in years.
What jail is your dad in?
Bath, New York.
Okay. For like what?
Trafficking methamphetamines.
Oh, okay. And how about brothers and sisters? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got at least 11 brothers and sisters between the two parents and all the other dads and moms that they had.
Okay. And how about them? Are they any of them in trouble or living the carny life or?
No, some of them are having their hard times because they've got like 4+ kids themselves, but some of them are doing okay. I don't really talk to them much because I'm out here doing my own, trying to make my own life.
Yeah, right. So I have to ask, you guys are a couple and you guys are homeless right now. You guys are out here, right? So I would imagine the last thing you need right now is a child, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
So what are you guys doing for birth control on the street? I hope that's not too personal,
No.
but I know people are gonna want to know.
Nothing actually, because we don't really have the money. I don't have health insurance or anything right now. I don't have an ID or social security card because I actually lost it on the side of the freeway going from spot to spot with the carnival. And by the time I realized I didn't have it, we were already 5 hours away from the spot. I'd probably lost it.
Oh, so what state did you last have an ID in?
Colorado?
Okay. And then of course with moving around, it's kind of hard to find out like where a health department is to get condoms or a shot or whatever, because I know a lot of times they do that depot shot, which is good for like 3 months or whatever. So like what would you do if you did end up pregnant? Like,
I mean, I'd definitely keep it. It'd probably be hard, but I'd stay as healthy as I can. I'd definitely quit smoking or anything I could to make sure if I was pregnant, the baby was going to be okay.
right.
Because me, myself, I have nothing against abortions or adoption.
Right.
But I would never do it personally,
Okay. Right. It's not right for you.
Yeah, it's not
So
right for me, but for other people, I would understand.
Okay. And do you have brothers and sisters?
I have 6 sisters and technically a stepbrother.
Oh, wow. And where are they at today?
My oldest sister, she's got married a couple months ago. She's in Idaho. The rest of my sisters, 3 of them are living with my dad. My
The
other
dad
sister,
that you said really didn't care
Yes.
about you.
Yes.
So, but he liked the other ones or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
Okay.
My second oldest sister, she's living in Kalispell, Montana. She's working up at the ski resort in Whitefish, and she's got her stuff going on, And then my little sister, Daisha, she's actually living in my hometown, Plains, Montana, with her stepmom. The place I actually ran away from. What else? I think that's about it. And then my supposed stepbrother, he's somewhere around my dad's area.
So where are you guys trying to make it to now? Like, where are you guys gonna call home?
We're still trying to figure that out. Right now, we're trying to make it to go see my mom.
And where's your mom at?
Arizona.
Phoenix area.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what is the plan right now? Like, are you guys taking a Greyhound bus? Are you guys hitchhiking? Are you walking? Like, what's the plan?
Well, we've just been walking.
Okay.
We walked from Miami.
You've walked from Miami.
Yes.
In a little over a week.
Just over a week, averaging 20 to 30 miles plus a day.
Okay.
And still getting sleep.
Yeah.
Wow. I read a lot. I read a lot, and I was fascinated that the Roman army would march 20 miles a day, and they didn't walk all day. I can't remember how many hours. I remember when I figured out, I did the math, that they were going about 4.5 miles an hour. Okay. Now a very brisk walk is usually about 2.5 miles an hour, and that's like walking really quick. So that's almost a light jog, 4.5 miles an hour, and you guys have got all that stuff
Yeah.
to carry with you, that you guys have in the grocery cart and stuff. I mean, that's like a, big thing. And then plus you've got to eat, so you've got to find food every day, and stuff
Food
like that.
banks help.
We try to find food banks and food pantries, but sometimes it's hard.
So you
'cause
go on
of-
Wi-Fi. So you figure out what the next town is. You go on Wi-Fi, and then you look at where the food pantries are and stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, we'll be able to make it there when they're open, but sometimes we'll be going through the town, you know, when it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So there's no food bank or anything open, so we just keep going, and then we hit the next one when we can.
And with the holidays, that made it tricky too.
Definitely.
Because everything was
Yeah.
closing down.
Right. Yeah. For Christmas. Yeah. What did you guys do yesterday for Christmas?
Oh gosh, Tina, and I can't remember her husband's name. I feel so bad.
The Bailey's Traveling.
Yeah, Bailey's Traveling Sausage.
Sausage people.
Yes,
Okay.
they
cool.
actually, when we were walking through Melbourne, they actually stopped us, you know, and they're like, hey, would you guys want some hot dogs and some pasta, you know?
Right.
We blah, 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 told us their story, how they help people, and then they actually invited us here to this pavilion in Titusville, and they invited us to come eat. They said that they'll give us some clothes. They gave us a pillow, gave us some coats,
Couple other people gave us some blankets.
some
and
other
sleeping
people gave us
bags.
blankets and stuff after hearing our story. And then we all just sat around and watched a movie afterwards.
And it's nice to get all this stuff, but then you gotta haul
Yes,
every
we gotta figure out.
pound of that stuff they gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a little tough.
It gets tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
That's when we just go through like we are now and throw away stuff that we really don't feel like we need.
I think like, you know, if I was down, so like I was doing weight type stuff, right? And I was calculating weight. Like you guys went over and said you had a 2020 calendar. I think I would pitch that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there are some things that I saw in there. That, you know, of course, I was in the military, so they taught me how to really travel light. But I'd be going through that, and I'd be making some tough
Oh, yeah.
decisions. You know that you can, you know,
That's
gather up later.
That's why we've really got no clothes. Because, you know, through all the raining and stuff, you know, our clothes got soaked and we didn't really have time to dry them because it was just raining nonstop.
Right.
So some of them got moldy.
And there's a
And-
laundry ministry, and I want to say it to the camera. There's a laundry ministry here in Titusville. I'm out of laundry cards, but I am gonna reach out to the woman, get them a call. I would hope that you guys could help out in this situation. These guys really need to get their laundry washed. They're like desperate need of that. So like, when's the last time you guys have had a full-on bath or shower?
Shower probably over a month and a half ago, and same thing with laundry.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So right now it's like kind of bird bathing,
If we can.
if you can.
If we stop at a place long enough. This is the longest we've been in a place for the past week and a half, I'd say. We
Okay.
just keep on going. Keep going forward, no backtrack, no sidetrack.
And how about your health? Do you guys have any diabetes, blood pressure?
Diabetes runs in my family, but I haven't gone and gotten the testing for it
But
yet.
right now, what I'm saying is like right now you don't have any medications that you take on a daily basis?
No, I don't take anything, and she
Okay.
doesn't.
You don't need
I'm
that?
hypoglycemic, you know,
Okay.
so I gotta make sure I got sugar, otherwise I'm gonna pass out
Right.
and could end up in the hospital.
Right, and you're very thin already,
Yes.
so all this activity, you guys got to be burning a lot of
Oh, yeah.
calories. Like
Oh, yeah.
you must really have to, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
pound in
We
the
eat quite a
food.
bit.
We do.
So, and where do you guys usually sleep at night?
In bushes,
In bushes.
anywhere we can.
Yeah.
Because you have to avoid the cops, right?
Avoid the cops, avoid people, because you'd be surprised, even just people seeing us walking down the street, or, you know, when we stop to get something out of our car, or we stop to eat, people will call the cops on us. And the cops will come and they'll question us, you know.
We've had a few
And then
welfare checks.
Ah, okay.
Just from doing what we're doing right now and
Do you
reorganizing.
save that paperwork by chance?
They
don't
actually
think
never
so.
ticket us.
Yeah.
Okay.
They hear our story, you know, and then they're like, well, you know, good luck on your
And
journey.
you are adults.
Yes. They're like, good luck on
So-
your journey, you know, just be safe. And then they'd give us pointers, you know, like where we should and should not sleep, or which road we should and should not walk, what towns to
Right.
avoid, that type of stuff. So
And so you haven't been arrested, no trespassing
Nope.
things. Do either one of you have an arrest record? You're pretty young. I would hope not.
I
but how
don't.
about you?
No.
No convicted, no felony, no
Nope.
nothing. Okay,
Nothing.
that's awesome. So when you make it to Phoenix, what is the plan?
I say keep going west. I want to see California.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'm enjoying walking across everything. I mean, a little over a week, we made it up halfway through Florida, little past it.
So you guys consider yourself homeless, or are you more travelers? Like, how do you see yourself?
I've always called myself a traveler because I
Okay.
like to see all the areas of all over. I mean, I've been up and down the East Coast since I was 17, and then I went west and saw Washington, and then with her, we saw all of Montana.
All of Montana. You know, technically, yes, we are homeless. Neither of us have a place to really go. We don't have a house.
Address to send
No
mail,
address
nothing.
for mail, nothing. You know, neither of our families really want anything to do with us except for my mom. My mom's always been there for me, you know.
Right.
Very kind-hearted, and she's really, really upset and kind of sad that she can't help us right now because she's actually unable to work. She's got back and neck issues, you know, so doctor said, you know, she can't work no more, but she can't get on disability yet.
How
So
old's your mom?
My mom is 42, 43.
Okay.
But she's had lots of stuff go on in her life. She was married to a biker for a little bit, and he ended up beating the crap out of her with a liquor bottle.
Your mom's an adventurous woman.
Yeah.
Like, runs off of carnies and bikers, and like, I almost want to meet this woman.
Right?
She sounds like, you know,
Yeah.
a very interesting person.
She actually kind of looks like me. I'm like her little mini-me, you know. She
Okay.
looks kind of like me, but
You look kinda
older.
like her.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
I'm actually the only kid of my mom's that looks like her.
Okay.
But,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And so once you make it out west, what's the plan? Like, do you guys are you guys looking to get married one day? You guys want to have children together? Or are you guys just kind of like, this is good right now type thing? Like, do you see a future with each other, or is this
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of just
Of
a right
course.
now type thing?
Of course, I see a future with him.
And then what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to open up a business? Like, what do you want to do to support yourself? Like, what would be the ideal dream job besides winning the lotto? Right?
Well, I'd like to tattoo people,
Okay.
and she's likes to do photography.
I love photography.
Okay, which leads me to the next question. You're on the road and all this stuff. Do you have like a travel blog or something? Is there something that I can put like in the link in the description on this video to tell people, hey, look, follow their story. Here's these, you know, great photos of, you know.
We're actually thinking of probably starting one, considering we're going so far and we've got so much time on our hands.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
We've definitely got the pictures, and we definitely know the story behind the pictures, but we don't actually have anything documented yet, you know, besides the pictures
Facebook,
we've taken.
you guys have Facebook?
We have Facebook, we just haven't created a page yet. 'Cause we're never in an area long enough to get on Wi-Fi for more than a
Right.
few minutes, just to say, hey mom, here we are, this is how far we walked today.
Oh, okay, wow.
My mom's definitely a worrywart. She doesn't hear from me in a while. She's like, "Are you okay? What happened? Are you okay? I'm worried. Get a hold of me as soon as you can."
So now you're going to be able to tell mom about this video.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think mom's going to say?
She's probably gonna want to watch it.
Well, obviously, mom's going to want to watch it. But do you have any messages for mom? You want to look into the camera? And is there anything you like
Mom,
to tell
just
mom?
know that I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. And you're pretty much the reason we're doing this right now. We're trying to get home to you. So I love you.
Okay. So if one of my viewers were to reach out and say to you, hey, we'd like to help them out with a Greyhound bus ticket or something like that, like, would you take it? Would you kind of dump a lot of this junk and jump on a Greyhound and
What do you think?
Probably. I mean, we've walked, what, like 200 miles, give or take, you know?
And how many shoes have you gone through?
One pair. These were actually given to me yesterday. You know, they're a little big. My toes like right there.
Yeah, but they look new. They look
They're-
new. New shoes.
Right?
Thankful for that,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you know, they're big, but they work.
These are less than a month old, and you can see I've worn those out.
My God, less than a month old. That is just. I mean, because on the top they look like brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these two, how old are these?
These, I just got these yesterday.
Oh,
They were
yesterday.
brand
Okay.
new when they got given to me.
Okay, so you haven't been able to put any miles on those
No.
yet.
No, the other shoes had a hole in them. She
My
walked
other
right through
shoes
'em.
that I threw away last night, right after I got these, actually, they had 2 holes in my right shoe and like 1 going on 2 in my left shoe.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up. But do you have any other requests? Is there anything else that you guys are like really struggling with? Is there something you desperately need right now, or?
If we keep walking,
A better tent.
a better tent,
Better
because the
tent.
one we got's like 3.5 by 3.5. How we fit both of us in there with our stuff, I have no idea, but we do it. Maybe a tarp or a better bag so we can ditch the shopping cart eventually.
Yeah.
Cover better miles, go through different
sure.
terrain.
Yeah, and that
And
thing's only
probably-
going to last so many more. You really need a wagon.
Yeah.
You really need a wagon.
We've actually had that cart since we started our journey.
And it's not going to last much. The wheels, the ball bearings, all
Yep.
those kinds of things.
The wheels are just getting ready to go soon. We can
Right.
see it.
So you guys really need a wagon, really, you know, or some bicycles. If somebody gave you
Yes.
some bikes and one of those wagons that
you
hook
can
onto the
attach
back
to
of
it.
a bicycle.
That's what we were
that would-
trying to get to begin with, but not having any money or anything, we just packed up in that and just started walking.
Right.
And plus, around Lake Worth, West Palm area, the area we went through wasn't the best. And, you know, we'd have people coming up to us while we're walking down the street with our shopping cart, asking how much for me, and they'd want to buy me and then sell me off to other people.
Think that you're out there
Yep.
prostituting
Yep.
yourself.
So we just kind of like, we're like, nope, and just kept walking and walking.
How much were they willing to pay for you?
Well, we actually,
I mean, hey, there's a guy in Titusville here that does sell himself. Young guy. So I feel bad. And,
Right.
and I think his customers are like 450-pound women. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. It's the bearded lady from the carnival.
Right.
No. But so you guys, could you really use some bikes and like a trailer or something?
Yeah.
Something.
okay.
Because
Yeah,
walking,
we would just keep going.
oh yeah.
Right. So I want you guys to join this Facebook page called Homeless in Titusville.
Okay.
And if people want to reach out to you guys, you know, maybe people just have a message, and then again, maybe, you know, somebody would like to help you out with something. You know, I'm not really sure, but, you know, in any case, I don't want to really be, you know, the middleman. Of course, I would, you know, go and you know, meet with them to meet with you if that's needed. But, you know, generally, whatever somebody has for you, I want you to have directly, you know. So are there any messages for anyone? Anything you would like people to know about your situation before we go?
I don't know.
We pretty much covered it all.
I
or-
think
yeah.
being homeless is definitely a struggle.
But it's a life experience.
Definitely a life experience. It's more than an adventure. You meet new people, you see new things, and you actually start to get a better understanding of the true meaning of life.
Yeah.
Start to
It helps,
appreciate
yes.
things more.
Definitely helps you appreciate things.
Like a hot meal.
Hot meal, no matter how it tastes. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is amazing. You know, like, I can't remember the last time I had a hot meal. Yeah.
Or a shower.
Oh
or a
gosh.
shower.
You learn to
Showers.
appreciate those when you don't take
Showers.
them every day.
Clean laundry. Clean
Laundry.
socks.
All right,
Dry
so
clothes.
we'll reach out to the laundry ministry. All right, well, I appreciate you guys sharing your story and letting us get to know who you guys are and whatnot. You guys can leave me a message on YouTube. I do read and check all of those messages. I can't obviously get back to everyone, but I try my best. You can also reach out to me directly on Facebook at KEITHWOHR if you have any questions. Or you can join the Homeless in Titusville Facebook page where you can connect with them and some of the others that I've done an interview with. And, you know, Merry Christmas to everyone. It is day after Christmas, and I appreciate all you guys watching. And as always, may you be just as blessed as you have blessed others. Until next time, thanks for watching. But it's just a little something. Like I said, just it's corny, but it's a little something. But it was something to open on Christmas, right? So, but yeah, I hear you guys are going to like Arizona. So, I'm gonna sit down and line this, you know, set up my other stuff. But do you guys want to kind of walk me through and show me your stuff? Like, are these kind of all your belongings? It's like everything you own in the world. Okay. guys are hardcore.